Okay, so we're recording, and I'm just going to officially welcome Diane and Keith to our team call. We're so appreciative having you guys jump on. I know that I've been sharing with Team Heart and Soul a lot lately that I've been working closely with you, Diane, especially since we returned from Summit last July. But it's so hard trying to reiterate everything that you and I go over with the enthusiasm and excitement that you and I have on our calls. So I thought it was best that you were on and they got to get that emotion from you and just hear just a little bit from you what we've been doing.
Okay, sounds great. So Keith and Nikki and I have been working super closely together since Summit, but more closely even the last several weeks. And we have been really thinking about and talking about ways that we can help our teams have explosive growth this year. And although we all had good years in 2015, I know many of us had a transitional year last year. And this year, we want to change things up. We really want to create like a kick-ass year for all of us and allow everyone to reawaken their dreams and just have a year that is of building or rebuilding with explosive growth. And growth could be like growing your team or financial growth, whatever that means for you. But we want to really help you guys achieve that. And so what we have decided to do is come up with a series of systems that will benefit all of us, even our downlines, to just have a more seamless way of working our business, but also help us grow in different ways. So what we decided that we're going to deliver is, and I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking at my notes, is we're going to be delivering 3 different types of customer groups every single month. And what that's going to do is help everyone build a customer base, which is going to help with financial growth, customer growth, but also team volume that's going to benefit all of us, right? So our teams are going to continuously grow, and it's just going to be like beneficial and valuable for everyone on our team.
And a little bit easier to build strong coaches and just a little easier, so you get the people started anyway off with a running start, so they won't have to be running around with chickens with their head cut off.
Yeah, of
for
course.
a year or two before they get really settled in. So
can you guys hear Keith? Okay. So here's what we've decided to deliver. Now, we still have to work out some of the details on how these things will be delivered and who's going to be maintaining all of this, but here's what we've decided to do. 3 customer groups every single month. And we're gonna host one group for everybody. So we have a lot of energy in those groups, and everyone's kind of working on the same system and same cycle. It's gonna be a cleanse group every month, a 30-day challenge group, and also a 5-day clean eating group. In the 5-day clean eating group, our intention for that, and I know many of you have been doing those already, but for those that haven't, I mean, our hope for that is that we add value and build trust with new customers, new potential people, give them value, build trust, and then hopefully that they'll want to transition into our other groups, challenge group, cleanse, whatever that may be, and become customers. So we're actually thinking of different types of clean eating groups that will attract different markets. So right now on Monday, we're hosting a simple gourmet one, which is kind of Keith taking my slim down plan and making it really fun and gourmet-ish, but still keeping it simple for the fit foodies and all of us. And then we're probably going to host one that's specific to the slim down plan that I use to lose 150 pounds. A travel plan, no kitchen required, for those people that don't have time to cook and don't even like to cook. And then also a clean eating group on a budget. So those will all attract different types of people, right? Different markets to us. And we can all work together on some of this, but primarily Keith is coming up with all of these recipes, right? So we have him and his executive chef skills that we can use too to attract people to our groups and our teams. So those are the customer groups. So that's going to help us build our customers, build financial growth, team volume. But then we're also going to be hosting 2 coach groups every single month. So we're going to have the Coach Basics group that is basically delivered by Beachbody. There's been very few changes to the new coach training that was delivered. And then we're also going to create, it's not out yet, but Nikki and I and Keith are creating this. It's a Diamond University or a Diamond group of sorts. And that's still in the works, but it's going to be primarily based off of Eric Worre's training. And so what we're hoping is that these systems will help us as a team, right, build growth, financial growth, all that stuff, but also help with new coaches coming in to just be able to plug right in and get started right, instead of trying to figure out how to host a challenge group or getting over the fear of hosting a challenge group or starting their coaches off right. So everyone's kind of working on the same system. Does that make sense? Does that sound like it'll add value to you guys and help you guys?
I know for me, yeah. I mean, I feel like we've been doing this all along, right? You guys? And we've been hosting trainings and cleanses and clean eating groups all along. I think we've slowed down in the last several months as a team doing things together like this and recruiting and having trainings. I think it's like so important for us to come back together as a unit and really just focus as a team and getting back to doing this again. What I love about our new training, Diane, is that you guys have already seen a lot of the material because it was in that revolving group. But the flow of the training, I think, is so much better than it has been in trainings past, new coach boot camps past. And then the Diamond University content that Diane and Keith and I are putting together is incredible. And I think that it will set people up for serious success. And I think that it's important too with the coach groups that we get a little bit more, I don't want to say serious, but like we have to make it feel like important to our new coaches that they go through the training, and important that they finish that new coach basics before they can transition into that diamond training, and that it's like a what's the right word, a privilege to join that Diamond University and benefit from all of that amazing content that we're putting together for people. So I think that there have to be like prerequisites for people to get into that next group, and we as leaders of the team have to share in some way how valuable our trainings are and can be for people in terms of growing their businesses.
Yeah, for sure. And we also have to be super mindful, like as we, and again, these groups are here to help you guys, but if you guys want to venture off on your own and host your own, you're totally welcome to do that. If you want to like put your own style into it and things like that. But primarily this will be here for anyone in our downline that just wants to plug in, right? And our hope is that by hosting these groups and having them for everybody, that it will give our team members and our coaches time to really focus on the most important piece, which is recruiting and inviting, right? And just building those relationships. And even though you may be plugging into these groups, we got to be super mindful that we also don't become lazy, right? Because these groups are here to help our team really grow, but you have to stay connected with your coaches and your new customers and be really, really involved, because really what grows our business and referral business is trust, and that's building a relationship. So as we start to deliver these things, just be mindful to stay super connected with anyone that you plug into these groups, okay? Because we really want to build a team of kick-ass, awesome coaches and customers, and like help you guys become leaders, right? Not lazy leaders, but like kick-ass leaders.
And everybody, man.
And that's everybody, yeah. Like we have been talking about our vision and getting so pumped up for this next year, and we're super excited that we are just going to have super explosive growth.
So we've been just laying down the foundation just to start really building and taking our time and doing it instead of just like 2015 was just like running around with chickens with their head cut off, Well, I got to get this group going on and just, you don't know where you're going. I forgot this. So we're just really just getting it real organized, laying a foundation to set ourselves up for success, and then everyone under us. So you can just hand to when you have another coach under them, and if they don't know where to go and what to do, you can give them like, all right, you already have this to start off doing clean eating group. You can eventually do your own, but here's something you can have to actually you can start generating some money a little easier instead of going through the trials and tribulation that Nikki and Diane and all you girls have went through. So
we're just building some structure into this organization that we're creating, right? Because we're all working together. We're one big family, one big organization. We're just creating some structure, making it seamless, and really building a culture.
Well, what I love too is that I love that you guys mapped out the entire year, like knowing exactly when your challenges are going to be, because one, that simplifies life for you, but it also it simplifies things for the team. They already know how to look ahead. They already know how to, plug their team, their new coaches, their teams into a system that already exists. Also, what I love about what we've been doing is that it makes things duplicatable for our team. Like really, it should be like as simple as 1, 2, 3, plug your coaches in. They know how to plug their coaches in, so on and so forth.
Yeah. Duplication is a big focus this year for us too. Just to have teach our downline and you guys, give you guys a seamless, easy system to duplicate. So we're not all kind of running ragged, turning the wheels, recreating stuff. Seamless structure, kick-ass culture, plug your people in, done.
And everyone's on the same thing, and everyone started making money that brings more money into everyone's pocket. And we all become.
We're money motivated this year.
Yeah.
Just being honest. Really. We're
of
here
course, helping people.
We're here to help people, but we go into business and we're launching an online business to be free, right? There's financial freedom that comes with that, time freedom, freedom of living your life by design. We want that for everybody. So we're hoping that these systems will help everyone in our team. And then also a couple of other things. So we've also been talking about scripts and just simplifying things and where people can go to one place to find all this information. And so we're thinking about creating a website. It'll be like a team or organization website where all the dates will be listed, all the Facebook groups will be created. There'll be graphics you guys can pick from. There'll be updated, simplified scripts that we can use that's more unified, so not everyone's doing their own different thing. So it'll be like a one-stop shop for all of this information for everyone on our team.
It's a great idea. I know Brooke Dorset has that. Lots of coaches have that, where or like a Google Drive where you can go to access all of the information. Makes it easy.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant too.
Yeah, I like the Google Drive, but you know what? We've done so much freaking work, right? All of us have done so much work, and now it's time to and it's been real for a lot of us, right? This business is real. But let's make it professional. Let's create a website and we can say, hey, you know what? I belong to this freaking rock-ass team. We've got our own website. We'll plug you into all this training. Here's all the things you need. Let's make it real and professional, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's time to come back together as a team. I feel like you go through these growth spurts on your own because you have to. That's how you learn, right? Kind of digging in the trenches on your own. But I feel like a lot of us I feel like you can lose your way when you're on your own after a while, and your motivation and your confidence and all that. So I think that it's time. I feel it. I feel a sense of everybody coming back together, bringing everything that they've learned, all those experiences, all that knowledge, and just creating synergy again, I guess.
Yeah, synergy.
Stronger in a pack, yeah. Really one pack. What's that movie called?
So another thing that Diane and Keith and I were talking about, you guys, was I know we used to do monthly sneak peeks, and for our team, they were successful. And we were talking about idea of doing live webinars as well. Part of the Diamond training, the Diamond University, is having the participants in that group create a webinar of their own. So that's something that we're trying to do, to create like leaders of our leaders out of our diamonds. But that being said, we were thinking that I feel like live webinars should sort of be like a special event type of thing. And we were thinking of doing those possibly once a quarter, getting people excited about it once a quarter. They look forward to it. You build momentum and just, I guess, just excitement around the idea of having a live webinar. So something we're talking about is doing quarterly live webinars, the first one being in March, then June, then September, then December. So, of course, Diane and I are happy to host the initial one in March if you haven't already created yours or created the content for yours. But if you do go through the Diamond training and have coaches that go through the Diamond training, they can start hosting those on their own as well. And then sneak peeks, I don't know. I mean, I would love to get your feedback, you guys. I do love our sneak peeks, but I'm thinking that maybe not doing them every single month might be good. I don't know. What do you, Ellie and Christina and everybody think, Paige?
I don't know. Yeah, part of me thinks, okay, that's a good idea. We probably don't have to do them every. Am I freezing? It says my connection is low, but if I go out there, you're not going to be able to hear me. I think that having sneak peeks too regularly, where we only have 1 or 2 people in the group, is not good. But I think if we don't do them regularly enough, then we're not reaching out and asking people if they want to learn about the coaching opportunities. So it's sort of like, I mean, what are you thinking? Every other month?
I was thinking every quarter, doing like a sneak peek. That's what I was thinking. And it could be off months from the webinars too. So that like 1 month we're doing a sneak peek, the next month we're doing a webinar, something like that.
And then a month off. And then a sneak peek, a webinar, a month off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Webinars are kind of long too, is the other thing. So getting someone to be able to commit to sit down and watch a 45-minute video is also, is there any way to condense them? Did I freeze?
You did, but we got the gist of what you're saying. Go ahead, Diane. What do you think?
To shorten the webinars? Is that what the question is?
Mm-hmm.
Can we shorten them? Yeah, I mean, Nikki and I did a webinar and we tried to make it 30 minutes because I know that's where people's like attention kind of lives. So yeah, I mean, we can try to hit the 30-minute mark for sure. I don't think we should go any shorter than that because then we can just send them the Beachbody coach intro that's 7 minutes long and they'll get the gist of it too. So I think 30 minutes is probably like the minimum that we should do. Mm-hmm. But I was just watching Mitro's webinar. Hers is an hour long.
Was there Q&A though at the end?
I didn't get that far because my attention span only hit 30 minutes.
Yeah. Right. See?
Right. The thing I love about the live webinar, is that there is the ability for people to ask questions. At the end.
So maybe we keep it to 30 minutes and then leave it open for questions, and then if we get an hour, so we can answer questions. That's an option too.
Yeah.
But the presentation, I think we can get tons of information in 30 minutes. Tons. Without just like vomiting on people. That's not what we need.
Okay. That's not me. So I'm going to say, just for the purpose of our call tonight, that maybe we'll have our first sneak peek in February. And I like the idea of doing our sneak peeks towards the end of the month before the potential new coach training starts, the first Monday of the month, the following month. So I say we do maybe the 3rd week of February our sneak peeks. So we could do it February, April. Wait, am I doing that right? February, April, maybe July. I'll figure it out. I'll go through and look at the calendar, but we'll try to do it every, maybe every month before the live webinar. We could do a sneak peek. I think that sounds good.
What do you guys feel about the announcements we just gave you? I know you guys are hosting challenge groups and all, but do you think that this will benefit you and add value to you as a coach if we host team ones?
I think it can. I think we have. My only hesitation, not in doing it with this team, but like Rock the Resolution. I'm so disconnected from that group right now because I don't know most of those people. I don't know any of the coaches, and I feel like there's so many people in that group that it doesn't. I don't feel like you get to know anybody in the group. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different person posting every day, so I don't know who's who. So I like this idea of, Fit Hughes and Heart and Soul and our little teams trying to do groups together so that they are large enough to actually have impact, but not be so large that people just kind of get lost and go, my God, I'm getting 700 notifications in my news feed. I don't think people want it to be that intrusive in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel like there's too many people. There's just too many people. And
in the Rock the Resolution.
And you can't connect with the same people because there's certain people that are going to post all the time. There's people who are not, and then they're going to jump in, and you're like, well, who are you? And it really helps when you have that relationship with somebody and other people, and then you start talking and helping each other out. So I think that's really for me.
Yeah,
it's just too big.
So our challenge group right now, Diane, has over 100 people in it. And we partnered with somebody else from the Empire and a lot of her coaches, and that's and I agree, Ellie. I totally agree with you. I just had a little bit of a brilliant idea. If we did host our challenge groups together as like our own organization, we could create a cover photo that says something like "Meet your coaches," and all the coaches who participate in it, we could have like a little picture of everybody in the cover photo so they know who the coaches are, first and foremost. And then later we could change the cover photo to be whatever graphic we wanted it to be. But that would be a great way to introduce us all so every coach feels represented in the challenge group and like they have a face and a name and a presence, and their challengers know that they're just as much running this group as every other coach.
Right. I like that idea a lot.
Okay.
Now, that was a concern of mine because if we do open these up to everyone in our downline, there is the possibility that these groups are going to be huge.
Right.
100 people, 80 people, 50 people, that's all a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to think about it twofold. Like when it's that big, right, and there's a lot of energy, because the main purpose in challenge groups is really to give the customer a great product experience, right, and to add value to them with coach tips or whatever it is. So do you think because the groups are too big that it's not adding value to the customer and it's not giving them a good experience? Or do you think it's just lacking the trust and the relationship between you and the customer?
I think it can go either way. I think that as a coach, we get lost because we feel like we're not building that one-on-one relationship with our coach.
Yeah.
I think also it gives other coaches who are maybe not as consistent an excuse to be lazy. And I don't mean to say lazy, but just an excuse to not engage as much because other coaches are doing that job for them. And I think it gives people.
And to add to piggyback. Sorry.
No, it's good. Go.
I was gonna say to piggyback on that. I feel like if there's so many people in the group, you also don't get to know the challengers. Right. I feel like so in this Rock the Resolution one, the Masters Hammer and Chisel group I'm in, I don't expect to know anybody because there's like 25,000 people in that group, right? But the Rock the Resolution, I feel like I don't even know who's a challenger, who's a coach, who I feel like it's different. Let's say Girls on Fire. We know Sue. Did he just lift? Did you just show your abs to the group? That's Chisel. Did you hear that?
I tell you, God love husbands. That's all I have to say.
Uh-huh. You're lucky he didn't walk by like naked. He does not care. Anyway, so I feel like in your Girls on Fire group, Nikki, you know who Danielle Giozzi is. You know who Sue is. For a long time, you knew Pam was, right? You know who the challengers are because it's not so large that they get. That's more my concern. If I get lost, it's on me to make sure I have a presence in the group. It's that I'm worried about my customers feeling lost. Like, well, it doesn't matter if I say anything because nobody comments on it anyway. Because quite honestly, it's hard to comment on everybody's when you have a huge group.
Right.
So I would love to try this and see if we get just the right size groups for a while because I love the idea of all of us doing it together. Did I freeze?
A little bit, but we understood what you were saying.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a balance finding that like perfect number, but
Mhm.
thinking about it like long term, like this may be perfect this year, right? Because we can probably maintain it.
Yep.
But as our teams get bigger and we leave this open for future for everyone in our downline, I mean, it could potentially be hundreds and hundreds of people, or even like 1,000 people. Who knows? But I guess we'll just get there. We'll just kind of work through it as we go.
Yeah, cross that bridge.
One thing I was just thinking is the reason I think they get so big is because repeat customers go into the group. And I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it could just be that we don't allow repeat customers into our new 30-day challenges and they just stay in our ongoing accountability groups. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an idea, and in terms of controlling the number of people that end up in challenges.
That's what I do. I have been keeping the 30-day challenge groups as Kickstarters, right? They're just kickstarting their journey. They're getting all my tips, and then I put them into my family, like big, like graduate group.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowing repeat people in there.
Right.
Well, I think newer challengers are more apt to be more enthusiastic too. Like they're just starting, they need more support. I'm frozen.
No,
We can hear you.
Hear you though.
So yeah, so when you roll people over and over again, they tend to slack off, they tend to fade out, then
Right.
crickets in your group and the only person participating is you.
Yeah. Totally.
So what we discussed today, does this you guys like this whole idea and this concept of really just coming together again this year and just working together, hosting the same groups, working together unifiedly?
Yeah, I mean, I like it. And if it gets to be too big, then I know I can pull out and go back to hosting my own groups. But even just taking the group portion out of it aside, knowing that maybe we're all going to host the same type of group. We're all going to, I love how you created your schedule, Diane, and I know Nikki's tried to create one as well. And knowing that having the trainings and having certain things happen at the same time, I love all of that. I love that Keith wants to take over a lot of the menu stuff because I got to tell you, that is the biggest pain in my butt. I'm not a chef. I hate cooking. So the one that I put together took me forever, and I was just pulling recipes off of Beachbody's site, and it still took me a long time. So I'm excited about that as well.
We can even advertise it that way. Like we have an executive gourmet chef coming up with all of our menus.
Yeah.
So I know we only have 6 minutes left, but I really wanted to know like what you guys are thinking. Like, what are you guys needing? What are you guys wanting? What are you guys hoping for this year that we can help you?
More coaches.
Okay.
Yes, more money, yeah.
I need to recruit. I'm.
So a recruiting strategy?
Yeah. like I'm even right now, I'm like, I'm sitting on a size. I have a size, and I'm like, I'm sitting at Success Club 2, and it's making me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. So I'm like, I hate, I like to hit it right away, and then I know I can relax. So I'm like, I need. I'm like, I need ideas. How do I phrase it? How do I market it? First person to buy a challenge pack gets a size for free. I mean, it sounds so salesy to say it that way. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we're working on a recruiting strategy too.
Yes.
Some different ideas where we can get new energy, new blood, like new attraction. So
yeah,
we'll certainly like deliver that out to you guys once we kind of have
Once we
a
figure
solid
it out.
plan. So what we would like to do is come up with something that we've tested internally, like Nikki and I, and we think it works, and then deliver it to you guys so you guys can test it and see if it works for you. And then we can kind of deliver it out to our teams.
But if you guys have ideas, feel free to
Cool.
this is what works right here. We should put this in there because this is totally, just us. It's all of us. I mean, this affects all of us. So you have ideas like, hey, I know that this works. This is how I get my coaches. We all come together and just make this super, do something
easy.
to work. Yeah, make it easy. It works. And
I think that knowing your calendar for every single month, like if you know what you're doing every month in terms of what groups we're hosting, whether they're customer groups or coach groups, so you already have that planned, right? So you can schedule all your posts on social media, your promoting posts, your marketing posts accordingly ahead of time. And so let's talk specifically customers. We have 4 minutes. Knowing if our challenge groups are always going to be mid-month, you're always marketing and promoting those first 2 weeks. So if that's the case, and we're doing this as a team, hopefully we hit Success Club at least 5 by mid-month. And then the same thing in terms of recruiting, knowing that our new coach boot camp starts the first of every month, spending the last couple weeks promoting and marketing for coaches. Like Diane said, Diane and I and Keith went through kind of like a recruiting for coaches strategy the other day. We came up with like bullet points of what we need to do every week and every day of the week in order to try to hit our recruiting goals. And we can share that with you guys on our next call, or we can create a document as well. But I think that being smart and intentional about our calendar will really help us with whatever goals we're trying to hit.
Yeah, and we were really strategic on those dates, those challenge groups, because we have a clean eating group happening towards the end of the month. And after that clean eating group, there's a week in there before we start our challenge group. So people can order their products.
Right.
So we can recruit the challenge group right after the clean eating group.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully people will see results in that clean eating group and go, oh my gosh, this is real. I want whatever they got going on next.
Right.
Challenge. Right. And if they're not ready, we just go into our cleanse group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's the cleanse group you're talking about? 3-day refresh or something else?
3-day refresh, certain months, and then there are a couple of months, I'll have to look at the schedule, that we're doing the 3 week, the ultimate reset.
Ultimate reset. We was thinking that the 3 days really quick, and sometimes people just like, I want, I have an event coming up in 4 days, and I want to lose some weight. So it's great, people like, I don't know if I want to get into a group or, really get into working out, but I know I have to fit in this dress for this big event, and it gives something to do with healthy. And I think it'd be a great, quick sell too. You can have a group, but not people. Sometimes they don't want to do being like.
I've got one going right now. It's open I'm leaving it open for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks tops, so that it accommodates people's start date. Because like you said, Keith, some people want to do it in the beginning of the week. Some people want to do it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because they have an event Friday, or so yeah, and they want to lose that water weight.
I don't want to be in a group at all. They just want to maybe take it and go with it and just be left alone.
So they just need to be reminded of it.
Yeah.
Hi, Katie. Okay, I think I really appreciate you guys. We have 1 minute, so I want to just wrap up. I know, Katie, sorry, I don't think you saw on Team Heart and Soul that I changed the time to 8. Look at her face. She's all upset. I'm sorry, baby. I recorded it, though. So thank you, Keith and Diane. I know everyone on the team totally appreciates it. I know all of us, like, as a team have kind of been feeling a little bit deflated and exhausted and just a bunch of life stuff going on, but nobody wants to quit. And everybody is just looking for that next wave that we can ride to, like, bring the momentum back, because we know we love doing this, and we want to continue to do it. So let's just work together as a team and make it happen.
Yeah, so just remember, next year is all about explosive growth.
Okay, so we should do a meeting like this again. I'll talk to Diane, you guys, and we'll figure out our next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for having us on your call. It's so
Thank
good to
you.
know